The train headed for Sunset City will be departing soon.
I'm gonna say something terrible.
It's fine.
Hold on.
Welcome
He
everybody.
just said. Wait, wait, what happened?
We're
we
live.
here?
Oh,
live?
thank God.
Welcome
Thank
everybody
God.
to Sunset City,
Oh my god.
a Sonic podcast. I think. You
I was
got
about to get
me.
canceled.
Bro, I think there's like one person watching.
Oh, that's fine. It's not like we
Oh my
prepped the show
gosh.
or anything. It's not like we were supposed
That's
to start
true.
this 40 minutes. It's fine. We're here, and we're doing things a little bit more relaxed this week anyway. So you got me. I'm
Fair.
Nick. Hi everybody. We also got
Hey, Nick.
our regular boy Wayne. How you doing, Wayne?
Hi, yeah, I'm also here.
And unfortunately, both Sirius and Pup have died, so we've replaced them with Gilly the kid. How you doing?
Hello.
Who is
Oh my god, I'm
Who is
sorry. Hold on. There's a lot of noise. Give me just a second.
Oh my God.
and the siren is Trey Noivels.
Nick, I DM'd you what happened, by the way.
Okay, well,
Hey everyone,
Let's-
nice
let's-
to be here. I'm about to get arrested apparently, so just give me a second.
Oh, man.
Jesus.
Troibles Noibel to the law again.
Noibel says foible.
All right. Well, guys, we're
All
gonna
right.
keep things a little bit more relaxed than usual. We talked last week, and ironically, half the cast is not here to do this, but we've been getting a little bit burnt out with Sonic stuff and trying to force ourselves to talk about Sonic stuff, and we will do more Sonic focused topics as per usual. And we'll always start off with the news, and I'm sure we have a lot to say about everything that's been happening with Frontiers as of late, especially since we got two boys here I've been wanting to hear their opinions on. But going forward, we're going to be a little bit more relaxed like the old days, because at the end of the day, we are still just friends hanging out, and I think that's the most fun part of the show. So,
We're just some guys hanging out at Ram Ranch.
Just some guys being dudes.
oh my god. Yeah.
Dude, that's my favorite. That's my favorite salad dressing.
That's good. And just so we will still probably put a lot of the super chats near the back, but if we can kind of shove them in while we're talking, I'm just gonna get them going in too, because yeah, we're just kind of taking out every rule that we started setting up while the show was going on. But Litzy already gave us $2. Thank you. They city level is so though, right? Oh hi. Oh, did I
Did you read that right? Are you good?
did I put they instead of the?
Oh.
They city level is so though, right? Oh hi.
Dude, it is so-
Okay,
it is so,
no. I put the title as that city level though. Okay, I did it right.
Okay.
I'm correct on everything all the time.
Same.
So
That's why
anyway,
we're friends.
boys, how you doing these
What?
days?
I'm doing okay. Just chilling. We got a cool event happening next week. Get to meet a lot of cool people, so that's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm excited.
Why don't you talk about that for a quick second there, Trey? What's going on next week?
Yeah, all right. Next week, September 11th. They couldn't find another date. They tried, but September 11th. September 11th is going to be Sonic Revolution and in California, and there's going to be a lot of.
There would be a Sonic event on September 11th.
Yeah, fucking. It's so funny. I think I made that
level
same
I was
joke.
expecting.
I think I made that same exact joke to like one of the people overseeing the event. I'm like, yeah, this is pretty fitting.
It's on brand.
But But anyways, yeah, no, it's just a Sonic centric kind of convention type deal, and there's gonna be a lot of cool content creators there, a lot of just cool people in general, and we're all just gonna hang out and have a good time. So I'm excited. It's gonna be sick.
Oh. Yeah, and you're also gonna have me and Pup there as well.
That's true.
I'm picking that dude up from the San Francisco airport the night before, then we're just driving through the night so I can be exhausted that whole day. It's gonna be exciting.
I can't wait.
How far is SF from LA? I'm trying to remember. Like that's a pretty decent drive if I remember right.
I think it's like 5 hours.
Probably. I keep forgetting like California. Yeah, it's a state, but it's a long state.
It's pretty much the entirety, or like at least 70% of the West Coast is just California.
It's
so
it's
long
an obnoxious amount of it. It's really annoying.
Yeah.
Real quick, Sony with the super chat, thank you. Coping for Lost World PS5 port at the moment. We'll talk about that in a little bit actually. OzJam H with $5. Hello, Mr. Swobles and Billy the Mid. Good to see the wrong Sonic opinions again. Hope to see more wrongness. Smiley face. Pup with Linda Burger and Cecil. How you doing, Cecil? And happy late birthday. It was his birthday yesterday.
Happy birthday,
yeah.
Cecil.
It is a city level for sure. Have a good day, guys.
Also, Channel Pup actually said, Linda Burger.
Linda the
Burger.
Gene.
I was thinking like we should probably just make a shirt out of it, but I feel like we'd be sued by Meat Canyon. It just sounds like such a Meat Canyon.
Gene, get the nice paper plates out. We're having burgers.
Dude, Meat Canyon. I have to be in like a mood to watch Meat Canyon
I was
because
saying
there's
that
a lot
last
of
week.
I
Yeah.
don't. I can. It's hilarious always.
it. Like, yeah, because like it's hilarious. It really is really funny, but like there's some times where it's like you watch too much of it and then I just get disturbed.
Yeah.
Trey, did you see the did you see the Scooby-Doo?
Yes, actually, funny enough, my friend showed that to me like a couple months back before y'all even like done talking
okay.
about it. It's real.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
It's really fucking funny.
Yeah.
God.
Now it's in my background.
I'm so proud of that. There's a solid week there where you just kept like taking pictures of your set, and then you would zoom in. And I was just sitting there like nodding my head.
He's really good at just like zooming in on that. You did that when I put my insane Godzilla shelf post up on Twitter. And you
That's my
found the
favorite thing
picture.
to do.
Is find the fucking insane turtle thing in there.
Oh my god.
My favorite thing is just zooming in on the worst thing that's in the background of it.
Like the Tommy dump truck.
Oh yeah. That's one of my favorite things I've ever bought.
I have been tempted.
Oh,
I've
it's
seen that
horrible.
3 separate times. It doesn't
It is
show up a whole
horrible.
lot, but it is. Yeah,
It really is human feces.
it is.
I was flipping. I was at Walmart the other day, and I was flipping through the tech decks. Wasn't there a Sonic one?
Yeah,
There's a few of
There's
them.
there's a metal one too.
Yeah,
There's a Metal Sonic tech deck.
yeah.
Yeah,
Dude.
but it's like
Yeah,
it's less common.
there's also
I
a
want that
Netflix.
shit.
Well, because they're all based on I think the brand is Finesse is the
Yeah,
skate
yeah,
brand.
yeah.
Yeah.
They had a Sonic like collab
Skate
thing.
line.
So yeah, so there were skate decks that I almost got the Eggman one, but I don't like the shape of the board. They had like a whole line of actual boards that's why those tech decks are the way they are. Those are actual boards that they're based on.
Yeah,
Yep.
and
Okay.
they even have a Mephiles one. Like I have it sitting. I'm looking at it right
yeah,
now.
I have a Netflix one.
Really?
Yeah,
It's very.
they're
it's
hard
very
to
interesting.
find. It's the thing though. Like they don't really let you know when they're coming out or anything. They've been around for years. That I just wasn't even aware of this.
If
But
you-
Fine,
if
yeah.
any of y'all ever run across another like Metal Sonic tech deck, please.
I'm
Well,
buying
that's
it
the
for
thing.
myself
I keep
first. This
checking
was
whenever they because
happening.
the problem is Tech Deck does this stupid thing where it's like artificial rarity.
Yeah.
So if you look on the back of the box, it shows you which ones are rare.
Yeah.
So they just literally make less of them and put less of them out.
Yep.
And I feel like the metal. I mean, there's Metal Sonic and there's Neo Metal Sonic, and I think those were some of the earlier ones too. I don't know if they redistribute them or not. I have no idea what Tech Deck does, but
Yeah.
they're weird and they're fun. And first time I saw them,
I like
I was very excited to see that Tech Deck was still around.
Yeah. And I found mine at Target, oddly enough. So they are sometimes just there, but again, like Gilly said, it's like artificial, like scarcity.
You know, that's yeah. I mean, collecting if you collect any kind of toy line at all, like you've probably been through some torturous crap since 2020. trying to get stuff that
Yeah.
you're into. Target's weird with Sonic stuff because I know they always get it first, and then Walmart for some reason will occasionally get like Sonic figures that are like 3 series removed from what the current one is.
Yep.
So where Amy
It's
Rose
weird.
is like really hard to find, suddenly there's just Amy Roses all across America, like last month.
Hey, look, they currently have it's sold out. They have a Blaze one.
Yeah, I mean eBay's probably going to
Yeah.
be your best bet for that shit at this point for some of them.
Fair.
OzJam H with $2. It is really human feces. Quoted by Billy the Kid. And Pup with another $5 that's getting redistributed back to him. Gillen, you'll be pleased to know the loud lady is no longer on the train.
Wait, that was a lady?
Interesting. Gilly's short
I was
for
thinking
Gillen
the same
Thomas.
thing, but I wasn't
That
gonna
was-
say it.
That was a lady? I'm not okay. I'm
Wayne.
not- that-
I'll message you what I messaged Nick,
Oh no.
because you know how Pup was like, it's on brand for you to say that
Yeah.
when he's leaving.
He said some pretty horrible garbage. That's going to get us canceled from Twitter.com. All right, boys. So I got to ask,
Here, Wayne.
have you all
Yep.
seen that new trailer for them Sonic Unleashed Frontiers? Which one is it?
Sonic
this time?
Unleashed Frontiers. Yes, yeah, I saw it.
Gilly, have you seen it?
Jesus Christ.
That's, by the way, that's what I almost said when the show started.
Amazing. Amazing.
Oh,
I'm,
no.
canceling everything. I'm canceling us. I'm done.
I'm
We're out.
canceling. I'm canceling
We're
my
done.
subscription.
No more Sonic Frontiers. It's canceled.
So Frontiers, yeah, I mean, when did it come out?
Yesterday.
The overview trailer came out yesterday. Did you? Do you want me to link it to you real quick?
Yeah, I don't honestly. When I'm not with you guys, I don't really keep up because I'm tired.
I
That's
gotta be
fair.
honest. I wouldn't have because I was at work yesterday. I just kind of ran across it. And I think it looks pretty wizard. I think the kids would say that.
Pretty Wizard, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the whole like marketing thing for Frontiers has been backwards.
It's been a
I
nightmare.
feel like they should. I feel like they
It's
should have
been
started
pretty
with stuff like this, and then if we wanted to see more, they would have just gave us in-depth gameplay shit.
Well, it's
Like, they
also
should've-
like this is one of those things where like I don't know how much of a game I really need to see. Once I'm kind of like sold on it that I'm gonna get it, like I don't want stuff to.
That's how I've been. Yeah,
It's hard to
I'm
do
sorry.
when you do like when you do a weekly Sonic show and all this garbage. Like, yeah, it's I'm with you guys 100%. Like before YouTube was my job, and then my audience was like, you need to talk about only Sonic, please. I would have given it one look through and been like, okay, cool, put a pre-order down, carry on with my day. Like I really
Yep.
don't like pouring over.
I don't like being spoiled. Like, I feel like because I've been trying to avoid all the leaks. I don't mind trailers because it's like, okay, that's like what the company is like willing to reveal at this moment. But I'm not a fan of like seeing the leaks and everything of like,
When there's-
characters being revealed and everything like that. And it's not like they really fucked up that demo as well.
When there's 4 environments in a game and they show you 3 of them in the trailer.
Yes.
Well, all the same, I think a lot of the bigger critiques, and certainly one I was sharing myself, was the cyber space levels, just reusing a whole lot of assets and stuff like that from the previous games, and everything that had kind of been shown from like the show floors or what they were desperately trying to hide from people. They were just
Yeah.
like 1-for-1 recreations or like very straight hallways and not very impressive, especially since everyone's been kind of tired of seeing the same assets, not only used in the last set of games, but like in all the promotional material in anything related to Sonic the Hedgehog. Like just that Green Hill asset stuff has just been everywhere. But then we got this look at this city level, which is reusing a lot of assets we have seen before, but they're doing it in new creative ways. And we're actually seeing a lot more layout that actually looks like something we've kind of been hoping for, multiple pathways and I don't know, just interesting new designs in the background, like all the swirly lines and shit like that. I gotta say, man, like it's kind of turned me around on everything. Like if they're doing creative stuff like that with those old assets, I'm super game for this. This looked like a lot of fun.
I saw the trailer now.
So
I'm in the same boat because like even though I've been Frontier's strongest soldier since day one, I can't deny that like the reuse of levels and everything, even if I tried to justify it in my head, was still kind of like, yeah, no, this is kind of stupid. But after seeing like that city level in particular and seeing like at least like I think it was like 30 seconds of gameplay from that where they were going like multiple pathways, you could kind of see where each pathway was heading if like the person didn't jump at this time or stuff like that. I was like, no, this looks fun. This looks pretty fun. So I just hope there's more of that rather than like level design ripped from every Sonic game.
Yeah, and I'll be fine with like shorter, easier levels in the early parts of the game, just kind of, getting the hang of things. That's fine. It's whatever. And I know you guys talked about it a little bit last week before my internet cut out and I just couldn't do anything. But yeah, like I'm kind of fine with the idea of shorter levels that are more bite-sized since, we're going to be spending a lot more time in the overworld and things of that nature. But it needs to be more than the goals I have seen so far. Like, they need to expand from there because otherwise you're going to be doing the exact same thing over and over and over again. And it's just not... It really just shows how restrictive Boost gameplay can be. When I look at the city level, though, like, I think they can get creative with those extra missions where you have to get the keys or what the hell ever the gameplay loop is. Be like, okay,
right.
you take this... Kind of like mini achievements, right? Like, oh, you have to take this path to get like the secret goal or shit like that, like they do with like the classic games. Like, I'm down with that. Like, get a little bit more out there with what you can accomplish there. It can still be bite-sized, right? But give us a reason to go back and replay them over and over and over again.
Yeah, almost like how SA2 did different missions within like their stage select. Like, hopefully a little bit more in depth than that, but I think like that structure
and a little more balanced difficulty wise.
Yeah, more balanced difficulty wise for sure. Yeah, but doing stuff like looking for the lost Chow and stuff like that, was fun. So if there's like stuff like that in the mission structure, and I know like the red rings are obviously also just going to be part of it, then I think I'm going to have a fun time with the cyberspace levels. And like, even though I still think it'll be one of the weaker parts of the game just in general, but I think it'll be fine.
It might be. I didn't get to say this last week, but I guess like the cyberspace levels have been like the most egregious part for me so far in terms of everything I've seen for Sonic Frontiers. And I've been critical from the IGN footage just for the same reasons everybody knows at this point. And it looks like they're really kind of pulling that shit together. Combat looks fun. Open-ended gameplay looks fun. But like the worst part of the cyberspace was like reuse assets, pretty straightforward gameplay. But at the same time, I know that stuff works. It's not my favorite way to play Sonic games, but I know they work. Like, they're still fun in Boost related games already. So I'm not super concerned about them. It's all the new stuff that they need to sell me on. Because if that new stuff works, then at least we have a path forward. Like, we finally have something that can outshine the best parts of Sonic Colors and Sonic Unleashed, which would fucking incredible.
Here's hoping. I mean, I can't wait to play my 7 out of 10 Sonic game over God of War. It's gonna be incredible.
I've been seeing this sentiment just kind of being thrown around on Twitter and everything like that, especially as new trailers and everything have been popping up, where a lot of people are saying, "Wow, this looks like it could actually become the best Sonic game." Yada yada. And I'm just thinking to myself, is that really an overdramatic thing to even say? I think it actually may be possible.
I agree.
I think people tend to refrain from saying, "Oh, this is the best thing ever," just because we have this weird like connotation that usually comes from that.
Plus the monkey song and everything.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think this has a shot at that. It's at least like one of the best looking games that we've seen in a very long time out of this series. Personally, I don't know if anybody else feels this way. This looks to me like the natural evolution of the Sonic Adventure 1 formula that I've been waiting years for.
It looks like that in the sense, and that's what I got from the city stuff, is like there's a lot of layouts that remind me of, obviously, from SA2, but that look like this is where that middle meets, right? Like some of the more loose, open 3D style movement that you have with the adventure style gameplay, with the more stricter movement of Boost. I feel like if it works correctly, like the nice middle ground was shown in that level, where Sonic's a little bit too loose when you get into like the straightaways in SA1 and 2, where it just feels like he's just ping-ponging off of everything because his turn isn't as tight as it should be. Like, this looks like that's finally where that needs to be. So it looks like an evolution not only of Adventure to me, it looks like a proper evolution of Boost instead of another distraction, which has always been my problem with 3D Sonic games in general. It feels like you have a lot of good ideas. There's always a glaring distraction in terms of gameplay. That's just my jam there.
Oh yeah, like you're both right on that. And I've heard a lot of reports saying that the controls of Frontiers are probably like the smoothest out of like most Sonic games to come out in the past like 10 to 15 years. So I'm actually really interested to see how Sonic actually feels in this game, because like, I mean, I've said it plenty of times. Like the Boost games, I don't like how Sonic controls individually, but the level design makes up for it. I'm hoping that like now we can finally have a good controlling Sonic and also level design that complements that control as well. I'm excited. I think like I would be hard pressed to say that it's in the running for one of the best Sonic games, but like honestly, like I can understand why people are saying that now, you know, especially considering everything into account. So I'm pretty pumped for it. So
yeah. OzJam H with $5 here. Would you guys consider these cyber levels as special stages, since we are collecting Emerald Vault keys, which technically collect emeralds? I'll be blunt with you, OzJam H. I've always considered boost levels to be special stages. That's how I mean, when it comes to Unleash, that's how I see them. Like the boost stuff, like the amount of time you spend with the boost gameplay versus the Werehog, it might as well be comparable to how much time you spend mastering special stages in Sonic 1, 2, and 3 versus the regular level gameplay. And like it's ironically enough, I mean that's kind of the bread and butter of the special stages. People kind of forget like how much of a selling point that was. Like the special stages were a graphical showcase for the game and for the system it was selling on. Like for the Genesis and for the Saturn, because the big difference between Sonic 3D Blast, Genesis, and Saturn, special stages. So yeah, dude. Like that's kind of where they kind of flex their stuff, but couldn't make a full game out of. So yeah, I do OzJam H. Gilly.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about any of that?
So I watched the trailer.
Uh-huh.
It definitely looks like Sonic Frontiers.
Yeah, that's true. He's definitely frontiering.
I don't know. I mean, it's been like a month now of me like getting it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I get it already. And the more you show me, I'm not getting any more from you showing me more of it. So at this point, it's like I need to play it before I.
It's also a case, I feel, and I'm sorry if I cut you off.
No, it's just when I see a trailer and people are like, "Oh my god, look, this thing is red now," and there's an enemy, and look, this one has another leg. The trees are there's a different shading on the trees. I'm like, I don't give a fuck, dude.
2 extra frames of animation when Sonic lands.
I don't need to put the fucking trailers through Game Explain's fucking old analysis machine. for me to.
That has been like a weird case of like how people have been perceiving Frontiers, where it's like people are, and of course, like I'm a stickler for always like pointing out the intricate details, but it seems like everyone's really just like with a fine tooth comb or whatever
Like,
that phrase is. Just
Does it look better than it did when we first started streaming the trailers or the coverage? Yes, but like in terms of like gameplay or what the game's gonna be, I don't
Or like
feel
the
any
actual,
different. I don't
like
feel
the
any
actual
different.
content of
Yeah,
it versus like how it's presented.
I don't really feel any different.
yeah. The
about
only
it than I
major
did.
oh, I'm sorry.
No, than I did when we first started streaming like the like coverage of it.
Yeah,
in
the
beginning.
IGN coverage.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only difference to me, like right out the gate, is some of the graphical kind of hiccups have been either like hidden better or just mitigated, which is good. And the game runs at 60 FPS as opposed to 30, which is what IGN Showcase was running it at.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, in terms of like gameplay loop and overall content, like y'all were saying, sure, some stuff may have been added, but like this wasn't gonna be an overhaul like people were hoping when IGN's showcases were first revealed. Like
Yeah,
it's the
especially
same.
not a release year. Like no, like
Yeah,
they're
not a
gonna so
release
much
year.
they can change.
It is interesting. Sorry to jump in like that, but like watching
Okay.
this overview trailer, it makes me think of the people that were like begging Sega to delay the game and be like, this game is doomed unless you push it back another few months of development. And I'm thinking of how ridiculous that sounds looking at that trailer.
Like it's definitely more ridiculous. I could kind of justify it looking at the old IGN footage because like even though personally I could see like the forest through the trees, it was rough. It was a rough showcase.
Yeah,
So a lot of people were just looking at that like kind of like at face value, and I don't really blame people for thinking that. But like for me, I always found it comical when people were asking for like an entire overhaul of the whole like damn game. I'm like, guys, no, that's not gonna happen. If they delay it, they delay it, but they're not gonna just scrap every fucking thing and start from square one, especially not at this point.
yeah,
And
and a lot of my critiques still haven't like changed or anything like that. Like the general aesthetic of the game, like I'm not impressed with, but it's beautiful. It's not like it's not, at least from what I see, because I haven't played the game yet. And I'm not going to know until I actually have control in my hand. It's not how I wanted to go into an open world Sonic game, but for what it is and what it's trying to be, yeah, like I'm more and more on board with it the more I see. But to be fair, yeah, the IGN first, it's just unprecedented what the fuck that whole thing was. And
Yeah.
advertising is still advertising. Like they still could be lying to me. Wouldn't be the first time. It certainly wouldn't be uncommon in terms of the world of video games.
I think
But-
it's because I've been optimistic about it from the first place, and I kind of like called exactly what it is. Like whatever this game is going to be is exactly what I thought it was going to be
Mhm.
to begin with.
Yep.
So the more I see of it, it's just like I figured out what this game was a long time ago. So like I've seen enough.
yeah.
So the more you show me of the exact thing that I've been seeing in my head, like I don't care that fucking it looks a little bit different. Or, look, it's Amy. That's not gonna. I'm already sold on the game,
Yeah.
so it's not doing anything for me.
Yeah. Like again, like I feel like the IGN first thing should have been like the last thing they should have shown after they've kind of like shown like at least like a trailer that's in line with like the Nintendo Direct trailer or even like this one. Because like the like it is funny now seeing like the general consensus now kind of like shift from like, oh, this game's gonna be absolute dog shit and the worst fucking thing ever to, oh, this is now in running to be one of the better Sonic games, at least in the past 10 years, in my opinion. So it is interesting how like, and obviously like it's a case of just like how marketing can really like, I don't know, not skew someone's perception of a game, but like really sell you on it, you know, like because like if you do a poor job showcasing your game and it looks like shit, people are just going to assume that the game is shit and not that the footage is shit, if that makes sense. So
Well, marketing is crucial, and the marketing for this
Yeah.
game was bad.
It was like historically bad. Like I
Yeah,
feel
but
like
also marketing. I feel like marketing is more crucial when you're like a smaller indie dev.
Mm.
I think when you have Sonic, your marketing doesn't really matter all that much because people are going to buy your stupid fucking game anyway.
that is
So-
true. Brand loyalty is like
So
a drug.
they're going to buy the new Sonic game. It doesn't matter how well or how bad they promoted it. And word is going to get out whether or not the game is good anyway. And then eventually people are going to end up buying it if they hear it's good. People that wouldn't have bought it, day one. But like they know what their fan base is. And you have plenty of Sonic fans that are like, this is an outrage. I'll spend my money elsewhere. And then day one, they're like, oh, give me Sonic.
Yeah, it is a point where it's like, because like, I mean, it like, if you really want to just like make a difference, then speak with your wallet. Like have some restraint.
It doesn't work though. They
Like,
always say speak with
it
your wallet.
doesn't.
It doesn't fucking work.
I mean, fair, but like that's like the most like, I don't know.
It's the
'Cause, like-
it's the most make you feel better thing you can do.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, fair, but also it's just like there have been I have seen shifts in direction based on like a game not selling well.
Yes, a
and shit.
game, not a Sonic game.
To be fair, though, Gilly, like this is very clearly a reactionary game. Like Frontiers is not Forces 2.
Yeah, but it's like, what's it a reaction to? Because they haven't reacted to. They've been reacting to things for 20 fucking years.
Well, can't argue that.
And it's
So Billy, you're a Zelda guy.
what'd you say?
Would you also is it out of zone to say that like this is kind of in the same way a reactionary game that Breath of the Wild game Skyward Sword, where one could argue maybe they even overcorrect in some areas, but they definitely took a lot of the criticisms from Skyward Sword becoming far too linear, and like being too reliant on the Ocarina of Time formula that the series had been kind of stuck in for a while, that they just went off in a completely different direction. And they were like Sonic 1 but bigger, or Zelda 1 but bigger, versus this kind of... I made the Sonic Adventure 1 comparison before. I'll try to delve deeper into this thought later, but this is almost like Sonic Adventure 1 but bigger.
I mean,
No, I don't know. Whatever the case is there, yeah, like I think it's important to get your voice out there and be heard, and don't be a brat about it.
I think,
But somebody out there is listening, and yeah, like internet hive mind is an annoying thing, but clearly these companies do listen on some level. I don't
Yeah,
know
but
how.
they're listening to people bitching on the internet. They're not listening to people spending money or not.
well, the sales figures do have a factor. I want to say too.
I mean,
like,
sales figures have the biggest
how-
effect over everything. What are you talking about?
Look at this fucking series. They don't even ever do the same thing twice. What is affecting what? It's just a crapshoot.
I think they're just not making the money they are expecting this brand to make.
If it is about the money that's being made, tell me what the pattern is here. Because nothing makes any sense. If this is
if we're gonna focus like squarely on Sonic and Sega specifically, like we're gonna be here
that's
all
what I'm talking
we're
about.
gonna be here
I'm
all
talking about
day. Like I mean, I've
This is
just
a
heard
Sonic
horror
podcast.
stories with Sega of Japan.
but I'm
Like they're
talking
just
like more
they're
of a-
just fucking insane. Like they don't.
Yeah,
they're,
no.
they're old school. They're ridiculous. They make no business sense. How
Yeah,
they
I'm
still
talking about Sonic.
exist? Yeah, how they still exist as a company is one of the greatest gaming mysteries we have yet to solve.
Yeah,
I think the closest we've seen to a business decision in the Sonic franchise being directly reflected off of sales was like they kept and removed certain games from the digital storefront completely depending on their Metacritic score.
Well, also, like I was going to mention this.
Oh wait, no,
like,
that's not even sales. That's more reception. Never mind.
that's
Don't listen to me.
perception. Well,
Yeah.
I was going to mention like Sonic Boom. Like literally, the reason why that doesn't exist anymore is because it put Sega in a hole, pretty much. Like because no one bought the thing.
I
they
mean,
lost like $150 million.
it was a bad game. It was a bad game for a console
Yeah.
nobody bought.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like even then, it didn't even like the Wii U had like 12 million like people, like users, like a user base of 12 million or some shit like that, and they were expecting to at least sell 1 million, and they couldn't even. I don't even know if they did that.
Yeah, well, when
And,
you
like-
make a fucking bad game,
Well, that's the thing, and people spoke with their wallet, and that's why they no longer do Sonic Boom anymore.
yeah, but it never even had a chance. If Sonic Boom had been released on the Switch, it would have sold a lot more.
I don't know
Yeah.
about that, dude. The
I don't
3DS
think
existed at
about
the
that.
same time, and it's not like those two games did, buco bucks back
Well,
then.
those also like felt like budgetary titles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's very clear that like when people say Sonic Boom, they're usually talking about the Wii U game.
But isn't that
Well,
like
yeah.
the weirdest thing though? Because like the 3DS is still one of the greatest selling things in gaming, like in terms of handhelds, consoles, any of them. Like it's only recently the Switch has been surpassing those numbers. And I mean, I guess the DS is still better than that. Still, 3DS was like a big deal.
it was massive. Yeah,
Yeah, but like I mean, yeah, just the public reception of that original Boom game, I think is just wild. Like it just ruined anything else.
Well, it ruined the Boom name. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
even if Shattered Crystal and Fire and Ice were really good, it wouldn't have mattered. That like I'm sure
Yeah.
it would have like a cult following of people who love it, but like
that's all it would amount to.
people literally didn't watch the Sonic Boom TV show because of the fucking Wii U game.
yeah.
I think bluntly, I mean too, like I just don't think they needed redesigns. Like I don't think anybody
I
was
mean,
asking for
neither-
redesigns. They
Like,
didn't
well,
look good.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
like humanoid proportions.
There
Which
was
is
a lot. There was a lot of things, but I know like if Boom ended up doing better, like selling better, then they would have just ran with it. Like no
yeah,
doubt.
that's
But-
how that works. Yeah, like if it had
Yeah.
been super successful, then we would still be dealing with Boom.
That
And no, thank you. Honestly,
that Wii U game was so bad that
so
it tanked an entire like universe that they create, a new universe that they created. They were going to do all this stuff
the
for.
thing
To
that
be
they
fair,
said
that was
so-
tanked mid development, and it's tied to why the game is as bad as it is.
that is true. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, and I have to wonder if part of that was Sega just kind of seeing the writing on the wall in terms of like the Wii U and how it was doing, because like it wasn't like a launch game or anything like that, and it like Wii
No.
U was already being associated. Like that's a problem. Like yeah, like we're even talking about with Sonic Boom, just the name association. Like even if the Wii U was coming out with some like really cool shit, like the damage had already been done. It's like, oh, this is kind of a stupid system. Nobody's buying it. I'm gonna wait for
I
PS4.
still- I still
was-
don't understand why I like the Wii U as much as I do. I still turn mine on.
It's a piece of shit. Yeah, you turn it on so that you can wait 10 minutes to play a game,
Oh.
and then once you start playing a game, you get to play for 20 minutes before the gamepad dies.
I don't like my Wii U. Like overall, like yeah,
Congratulations.
Nintendo made a solid enough thing, but in terms of like systems, I fucking hate that machine.
Certain functionality, like I like how the gamepad
Sure.
feels. I like some of the integration that was done with it, even though it was underutilized. The games are amazing, which is why most of them have been ported to Switch.
I like the
I
game.
just-
I like the Pro controller when you can fucking use it.
Yeah, you don't really get to do that. I wish that they would fuck. I hate that they ported Yoshi's fucking Woolly World to the 3DS and not to the Switch.
Yeah, that's insane. That's ridiculous that it's still not there yet.
And do you guys think we're gonna get Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD on the Switch?
That's
I'm-
again making the round of rumors again. That'll
I'm
be
just
the next
surprised
direct.
I'm surprised that we don't have it yet.
I want people are talking about the Metroid Prime 1 remake too, and it's like I know that this rumor circulates around all the time, but I want it.
We know for a long time that that's existed.
Yeah.
I want it in my hands, man.
Something like that existed,
HD
and
remake
something
would be
went.
so nice.
Something got fucked up. Something
Yeah.
got fucked up. I think it was like I guess had to do with them pushing back Prime 4.
Mm.
But that game's probably been done for years and was supposed to come out a long time ago.
Yeah.
They restarted
And it's
development
like-
on it, didn't they?
No, not 4. I mean,
On
yes,
4,
but I'm
yeah.
talking about trilogy.
Oh, sure. Yeah, it can't be
Oh,
that hard
yeah,
to
yeah.
upres it.
Yeah,
But-
that had to have been finished like 4 years ago.
Yeah. I would not be
Yeah.
surprised in the slightest. Yeah.
I don't doubt it because it seems like it would make so much sense to release like the Metroid Prime trilogy right before you announce Metroid Prime 4, you release a solid trailer for it to show like what it's going to be about. Oh, by the way, here's a collection of HD remasters of the original trilogy. They've been updated with dual analog controls. Go experience like the full trilogy before you jump into the fourth entry. Yeah,
I mean, that's free. That's free money.
Absolutely.
100%.
that'd be fucking sick.
I'd
Those are
buy
some
it.
of the greatest. Yeah, I mean, Jesus fuck, dude. I still like. I know. I have the trilogy, right? Like, I have the steelbook. I have everything I need. I'm never getting rid of my copy of Metroid Prime 1. Just looking at it on a shelf just
Yes.
makes me happy. And it's such a basic, boring cover, and it just fills
it's
my
so
heart with
cool.
joy just looking at it, man. And the little
I love it.
screwball disc. Fuck, the
It's
game's so
pretty-
good.
yeah. It's a phenomenal game, but like
Yeah, dude, Metroid Prime 1 is I think it really is just one of the best games I've ever played. It's so
good, man.
It's so solid at just what it set out to do. If they ever do a Metroid Prime package for the Switch, the dumbest thing in the world I want?
what up?
Port over only the multiplayer mode of Hunters.
You know what I
That-
want? I want them to bring back the water splash that they took out of the Wii version.
You know what
Bring
I
it back
want?
to the GameCube version.
I want Metroid Prime Pinball.
Yeah,
Fucking damn
just
it.
get
Give
to
it- give it to me.
I got. You want to borrow it? I have it.
Yeah. No, I want them to sell.
Do you have
an
the Rumble
actual-
pack? I need a Rumble pack for my DS.
I do. I have.
Do you
couple
have the
of them.
Rumble pack?
Fuck
I've got
you
the Rumble
guys.
pack.
Yeah, I got the Rumble pack.
Fuck you all. I'm the only
Sorry,
one without the
one second,
Rumble
I'll be-
pack.
I'll be right back.
Okay. But no, I want them to actually make a full on Metroid Prime pinball like cabinet,
Oh my god.
like a physical like pinball machine. That'll be fucking amazing. I'd buy that as soon as possible. But back to what we were talking about the whole finances thing. It's hard to say where certain aspects would have gone if things were done differently, right? But I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are still super up in arms about a lot of things with Frontiers, and like I can't entirely blame them. But at the same time, it's like we're at the point now where like if you do want to get it, and if you don't, you really don't have to.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, that's kind of true for anything when it comes to a franchise. I think it's important to kind of express yourself when you're like, this is kind of stupid.
Sales numbers are really important. That's why we have a Mania 2.
I mean, to be
Well,
fair,
a lot of
though, I
things
mean, to be fair though, like,
change.
do we know what like the general numbers for that game are comparatively?
I mean, it sold more than Forces. I'm not sure how super well it did. I'm pretty sure it
I
did.
feel like Sega, like,
Well,
it just kind of treats
Didn't
Sonic
it do
like
better
this.
than most Sonic games?
I mean, critically, it did 100%, but in terms of sales, I don't know. I feel like if we're going to be talking about like Sonic Boom, like tarnishing the brand, you got to remember, as much as people get sick of talking about Sonic 06, like that brand's been tarnished for a minute, right? Like,
yeah, but like, yeah, it's
It-
just more. Shit
it
piled on
just
top
it
of
just doesn't do Sonic. It doesn't do Mario numbers. Like this series just doesn't. It doesn't have the lasting power. And like Sega does like the embarrassing thing where they combine all the versions of the one game to like all the sales, like 3DS and Wii U versions of
3DS, Wii U, and
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah,
like
yeah.
the numbers just aren't that good. Like they're solid enough, but they're not like, yeah, man. Like there's a reason why all of us are like, when we talk about Sonic Frontiers coming out the same time as God of War 2, like even most Sonic fans are like, we know that the system exclusive game is probably going to do way better.
I will. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, probably. Like, thankfully, Frontiers
Yeah.
being multiplat does like
Yeah,
lead it to like have a wider pull. But yeah.
also that you're also comparing it to like, how do I put this? A normie game.
Yeah,
Sonic used to be a
So-
normie game, though. That's what I'm
no,
getting at.
but I mean,
God of War is
Dude.
definitely like the
God of
It-
War
it's
is like
great,
when
okay.
my like bros I went to high school with that didn't play
Yes.
video games like have an Xbox and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna play God of War.
I mean,
Yeah.
when I
Yeah,
get
but
like
Mario-
They don't play Mario.
I mean, that's
so-
fine for those guys specifically, but like Mario does, like it still is like up there, like Call of Duty and God of War and all those fuckers.
Mario has a higher bar of quality, I would say, but yeah. My gauge for normie stuff is usually just from like if I get like a random 40 to 50 something coming into my store asking about video games, they will know 3 things. They will know Call of Duty, Sonic 2 for the Genesis, and some mix between Super Mario and also Pac-Man existed once.
Yeah.
yeah. That is a good point where it's just like the non gamers video game, which is like kind of like what like
And then you have stuff like Mario Kart where it's like, you know, it's like a party game and everybody.
right. You just play it on. You're not competitive. You know,
That's like
what-
at least 70% of people who play Mario Kart don't play Mario
yeah,
or video games.
or just video games. It's just
Yeah.
there. Just I mean that's why the Wii sold as well as it did. It was just like a
Yeah.
normie system, right? Like that's just basically like how they tapped into that market. So yeah, I can see what you're talking about. Where it's like God of War has more of a wider appeal when it comes to just like the general consensus of like, oh yeah, like my dude bro friends in high school used to play God of War all the fucking
Dude,
time.
why do you think Elden Ring
What?
did good?
Elden Ring did really well. It is
because
a good
every
game.
dude is
Yeah.
like, yeah, dude, I gotta play Elden Ring.
Yeah,
You ever play a video game before? No.
You know what else they always come in asking for? Fucking Just Dance. I never want to look at another Wii again in my life. I want to sit in front of a
Just Dance.
DDR machine and just watch them wither.
God.
I mean,
Yeah.
I get what you're getting at here, but I still say like the reason why the normies know Sonic 2 for the Genesis is because like that it is still like that's still how I see Sonic the Hedgehog. You know, like that's
Yeah,
He
but
is-
unfortunately, okay. How well did Sonic 3 and Knuckles sell?
comparatively not as well as Sonic 2.
Well, that
To
doesn't
be
count. No,
fair-
Sonic 2's bullshit because Sonic 2 was packed in
Yeah,
with the Genesis, so
Yeah.
it didn't sell that well. It didn't sell as well as they say it sold.
Is that?
I can't hear
you're
you.
you're a robot, Wayne.
What?
You were
You good?
roboting real hard.
It sounded you sound like Jimmy from South Park.
Oh, I wonder if it could be a bad connection.
It's been kind of
Um,
garbly all session. It might be.
What? Nobody decided to say anything to me?
I think I was trying to say something earlier, but you were.
All right, give me 1 second. I'm gonna check my my mic settings.
Well, regardless of whatever we're arguing about, like the financial statistics or anything else or anything like that, my point is like Sonic is an icon of the gaming industry, and I've said it 1,000 times before. I wish like the conversation between like God of War versus Sonic would be the same one if this was God of War versus a new Mario game.
Or even like Animal Crossing and Doom.
Yeah, exactly. Right?
I still think it can be that. Like I think both can coexist, and I think it would be kind of sick to see like fan art of like Sonic and Kratos just like chilling or even fighting dudes. You know, like I think having that kind of like unity is like super
Yeah,
sick,
but-
and actually like bump the sales of both Doom Eternal and Animal Crossing.
Here's the
At least it
problem.
made me interested in both. But yeah,
The problem is, the Doom fans and the Animal Crossing fans were both good sports and had fun with it together.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's-
But then like the God of War fans, they like lost their shit because Kratos was in Fortnite and he did a funny dance, and they thought it was disrespectful to the character that had a fucking chicken costume as an unlockable in one of his original games.
Wayne, what were you talking about before you cut out about Sonic 2?
Oh, I'm not sure. Wait,
I was
what?
talking about Sonic 2 sales because I said how much did Sonic 3 and Knuckles sell?
Oh, do I
know.
sound any better now? By the way,
Yeah, you sound
I mean,
better.
for now.
He's saying
Okay.
it.
I was mostly I was asking if like were like the console pack-in copies of Sonic 2 were those like Are those generally just kind of like bundled in with the sales figures?
I think so.
Probably.
I think so.
Yeah, I mean Sonic
Yeah.
2 is
Okay.
like the best selling game
It's
on
like
the
it's like
system.
how Wii Sports is like the most sold game, but no one ever bought it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah,
Yep.
so I don't know what the sales numbers would be if it wasn't a pack-in game comparatively, like compared to Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Right.
Sonic 3 and Knuckles is like, arguably like the biggest thing they did with that, his first, run. And that was a big deal. There was a big deal revolving around the whole its existence and everything. And then they were like, all right, let's never do this again.
Yeah. It's like, all right, fuck it, let's never do this. Up
Well, that's
until
I'm always going to give them the benefit of the doubt, though, because, like, again, like, they geniuses that they were even back then. We're going to split the game in half for a McDonald's commercial, for fuck's sake. And then
I get it.
by the end of 94, like, we were already talking about the PlayStation. Like, we were ready for the next
it's
big
like-
gaming thing.
But it's like they're like, we have a system, nobody wants to buy it. Let's not make a Sonic game for it.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's the
Sega.
most ridiculous, ridiculous
I-
thing
oh,
ever. What
Sega.
is that?
How they have not
It's the
learned
same
a
thing with the
fucking
Wii U. The
thing.
Wii U didn't, besides like fucking 3D World, Wii U didn't have like no one. I mean, the 3D World was a great game, but like
Mario Maker
nobody-
should have been a launch game. Like
There was no.
it should have been a
not
launch
just
game.
Mario Maker was amazing, but like the Wii U didn't have like nobody thought of 3D World as like a mainline Mario game really. Like they didn't see it as like
yeah.
it was a mainline game, but it wasn't like people were expecting a full like big 3D Mario adventure.
Yeah, 100%. I remember the
And
first
the
time I
Wii
saw
didn't
that
get
trailer,
one.
and everyone's like, okay.
It's funny because I would drown Mario Sunshine for 3D World any day.
It's the
I mean,
it's the more true sequel to Pac-Man World than Pac-Man 2 World. Pac-Man World 2 was.
Oh my god.
Pack is
I-
back.
I gotta say, I've been playing the remake of Pac-Man World 1, and I am enjoying it, but I did enjoy the style of Pac-Man World 2 more.
Yeah, it's like having a fixed camera can be a fucking problem when you don't have depth perception to work with sometimes.
Yeah, fair.
It's like they have all the side-scrolling brawler problems in this fucking game, except they added platforming to it. It's ridiculous.
I like it though. It's cute.
It's it's pleasant, but it's always just been okay. Like I have a soft spot for it. I always have, but it's always been like just I call it high mid, right? It's just pleasant.
High mid, yeah.
It's there. It does not. It wasn't doing anything new or special in the late 90s, and it sure as fuck isn't now.
You know what's
Yeah.
funny? John Cartwright tweeted about like that boss that you were stuck on.
Oh yeah, I mean that was even worse back in the original game too. Yeah.
Was it Anubis?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, that would have been way
Yeah.
easier. Like my biggest problem with that was like tornadoes. Like I don't know what plane of existence they are on. I don't know where to fucking jump. So, God.
Yeah,
I
fair.
think I'm slowly working on a video for that. I had to do like every version of because like otherwise I was just like, well, I'm gonna be done talking about this thing in like 5 minutes because it's
Yeah, that's fair.
it's competent. And
Yeah, high mid.
sorry, yeah, I'm gonna really quickly here just catch us up on super chats here, just to go back a little bit. And I actually wanted to hear your thoughts on this stuff. I know you guys kind of talked about it last week again, but I kind of got dropped out of the call. OzJam asked, no, that we already did that one. Mr. Krabs asked, I heard a rumor that you can adjust Sonic's controls or something like that in the game. Also, how's
Yeah.
everyone today?
Well, I'm doing good, and yeah, you can. There's like actual sliders for like Sonic's controls in game. So hit me up with that Sonic Adventure 1 preset, and I got you.
I don't know how I feel about that. It's the only thing. Like I mean, Sonic's been loose enough that it probably shouldn't be that big of a deal. I guess I'll just have to get it in hand and kind of see how I feel about it because I worry that not having a platformer where you can tweak the physics to that degree, you can't properly build level design around it.
I honestly think the changes aren't going to be that substantial. They're just going to be like kind of like incremental changes,
Sure.
and it is going to be because it might be a case where like what is it? Wait, hold on. So sorry.
Oh my god.
Oh man, I can't believe Trey Nobles is dead.
Just dropping like flies this week, man.
Anyways, I'm back. Sorry about that. But yeah, what I was saying is I don't think it's going to be that substantial. There's no way that like it's going to be like that. What is it? That much of a difference between presets. It is. I think it's going to be just like tiny changes to like fit with like what you prefer. It's like, do you prefer like a floatier jump, like slightly, or do you prefer like sharper turning, slightly? You know, like it's all going to be very slight. I feel, but I think the idea is kind of cool. But yeah, I am in agreement of like how are you going to build a game around varying different levels of control. You know, like it is going to be interesting.
I'm wondering if a lot of the sliders for max speed, turning, weight, that sort of thing, if that's only going to have an actual effect on the overworld and like on the islands, and not so much during the cyberspace levels where
I
things
think
need
so.
to be a little more precise.
Yeah,
That-
I
yeah.
think so.
That'll be interesting either way.
I'm
So-
very worried that since we know who the director is and considering the past Sonic games he's put out there, I'm very worried about non-committal stuff that these guys tend to do, where I feel like if you like Sonic Colors, my biggest gripe with it is it doesn't feel like they fully commit to the idea of the wisps. Like they're just kind of worried about it. Like it's just like, oh, it's just out of the way. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to use it. Like, why are they here? Why are you wasting my fucking time?
Yeah, they're
Kinda like-
optional, you know? Like
Yeah. It's kind of like in the Insomniac Spider-Man game where they're like, here's all these puzzles. Also, you can just skip them.
Yeah, like that's I don't like that. Like you just if they're that inconsequential, then don't put them in the game. And I
Yeah.
worry that Sonic always tries to do like have your cake and eat it too without firmly establishing an identity, just trying to please too many people at once. I mean that's what Forces
Yeah.
was. Again, these are just concerns. They're not. I'm not damning the game because I've not touched them myself.
Yeah.
So I can go either
I
way
think-
on it. So
Yeah. Well, I think it's also like, I feel like, I do see what you're saying, where it's like trying to appease to many different people at once. The control sliders are definitely a big kind of like factor in that, where it's like instead of having like a good controlling Sonic that everyone can jive with, it's like, oh, you create the controls now, essentially.
make the game.
Yeah,
You complain
you
about
make
Sonic,
the
you
game,
make
damn
the fucking game.
yeah, you make
I-
the
We'll
game,
have to
damn it.
make our own.
I love that with the I love that with the Mario Maker memes where it's just like, make your own fucking Mario game.
Dude, have you guys seen Sonic
Dude.
Studio?
I
Yeah.
think I'm familiar with the project's existence.
God, it looks so good.
It's jaw dropping. Like it looks
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
I'm actually like helping out with a little bit of the music for that, which I'm super
Yeah.
excited about. Yeah, I'm working with John Davis. I still need to get my guitar stems to him, but yes, I'm playing like some guitar for like some of the stages in Sonic Studio. So that'll be super cool once that gets done. And John
Trey,
Davis needs
what
to make
the hell is that behind you?
someone's leaf blowing.
Ah,
Have you
gotcha.
guys played? Have you guys played Mega Man Maker?
Yes,
No,
Mega Man
I
Maker
saw
is
you
really
gave a
good.
like to like Sequel Wars or something. I don't even know what that is.
Oh, that dude! I played that last night at fucking 4 a.m. Because I was about to go to bed and then they dropped the demo. So do you know Wily Wars?
yeah,
It's supposed to be a sequel to Wily Wars.
Oh,
So
Oh,
it's
hell yeah.
so it's 4 through 6, and then a bunch of like extra content that they're putting in. Like they're putting in a whole bunch of extra content in it, and also it's like it's not like a PC game. It's actually like a Genesis ROM, and it's also not a hack of Wily Wars. So they built it from the ground up.
Wow.
no shit.
Holy sh!
Yeah,
That is impressive. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
and I played it last night. It's really good. There's like a couple hiccups here and there that I'm like, a little weird about it, but I'm sure they'll like iron it out.
What's it called again?
The Sequel Wars.
Sequel Wars. Okay.
Yeah, I retweeted it last night.
Nice. I need to look at that because there is a PC kind of like fan game called Mega Man Maker where it's like.
Oh no, that's no. So like I was originally talking about Mega Man Maker, but then Nick brought up the Sequel Wars thing.
Oh shit. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, Nick, the Steam Deck is
Yeah.
such a good Mega Man Maker machine.
I'm excited to try it out. I'm genuinely excited for my machine to get in here. I really am.
wait.
The more you and Anthony kind of just keep trying to sell me on it, even though I bought the damn thing. I didn't tell this on the show, I don't think. But like I finally got the pre-order settled for the Steam Deck. I was like, I don't know if I want to drop that much money all in one go. Like I kind of forgot I even put a pre-order down. And then I told you about it. And you're like, dude, you have to buy it. And I was like, I don't know if I want to drop that much money right now. And then like 15 minutes later, I get a fucking text message from Ant Dude. It's like, so I hear you need convincing to buy the Steam Deck.
Hey, you should buy it. You should get it.
Dude, I was driving home and I was at a red light and I texted Anthony and I said, Nick's gonna drop out of his pre-order. Convince him. He's like, sell the Steam Deck.
So I had the both of you at it, and anybody on here, if you want to know what it's like to be friends with Ant Dude, I'll tell you what it's like. You randomly get pictures of the imposter, or whatever the fuck, what's among us with a big fat booty,
Yeah.
or lizards
you do.
having sex because he saw lizards having sex and thought it was really funny, and just has to send it to you.
It is funny. That's like peak comedy. I don't know.
I watched my tortoise get into a bath and then try to hump the water. I wish I'd sent him a video in retort.
Did he send you Buff Arlo?
I don't know if I got Buff Arlo.
As in Arlo, like the resident YouTube Muppet.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Good lord.
And dude seems like.
Yeah, I mean, guys, if you can't tell, we're keeping things a little bit faster and looser today. I prefer it.
Loosey
honestly.
goosey.
Loosey goosey. Just to get us more caught up on the super chats here, Letter with $50. Thank you again, Yogurt Mail, as Pup would do it. I'm sure I'm doing British slang correctly. Mr. Krabs with the $1.99. Thank you. I'm sorry, Gilly,
British,
but
I think that's being an idiot.
I love the way they say yogurt, dude. I fucking love it. I giggle every time he says yogurt. It's my favorite thing.
Yogurt.
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 They just don't know how to say words.
Do you know
Yeah.
what I think of every time he says yogurt mail? Do you guys remember the Skittles yogurt commercials?
No.
Yes.
Oh, yogurt boy.
I don't remember that.
I clipped that into my Sonic Colors video, but I would highly recommend. You know, I'm just gonna drop it in the back rooms for you boys.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen.
I love how they invented a language and then they don't know how to say it.
God damn it.
I'm gonna have to send you a picture. I can't really click a video link right now,
You're
otherwise
saying
we're
it
gonna
wrong.
hear
You invented the damn thing.
Yeah, I put my yogurt in aluminium.
Jesus Christ.
For a
See-
second there, you almost sounded like Pops from Regular Show.
Oh man, I just got done watching that entire run.
That's a good show.
It is. I really hated Mordecai's relationship stuff. Like I would
Well,
actively.
Mordecai
like-
was. That's the funny thing is that Mordecai and Rigby are like my two least favorite characters in that series.
Yeah.
I never watched the whole thing, but I always liked Regular Show. I never cared for Adventure Time.
Adventure
Yeah, I
Time
know
got a little
you're-
bit too feely for me at the end there.
Adventure Time. Adventure Time felt like it took the. I don't know how to explain it. The tone felt weird. Like it was a little too laid back. It was
until it wasn't.
I enjoyed Adventure Time, and I liked it in bites, but it was just like I never went full meal on Adventure Time. It's I had to be in the mood for we're going to portray every line of dialogue in the most quiet, hipstery way we can. I'm not sure how else to explain it. It was such a different tone than animation was doing anything else in that time period. And I appreciated it in doses, but at times I was just like, have some fucking enthusiasm, please. I beg you.
I liked it well enough. I watched all of it.
Did you watch Close Enough?
Yeah.
Not yet.
I didn't watch it.
That's a shame because you can't anymore.
Are you serious?
I think
HBO Max removed it. HBO Max removed a bunch of animation.
It might be back up. Infinity Train and some other series have started showing up on other platforms available for purchase again.
That's good to hear because I immediately dropped HBO Max after because that's why I have HBO Max.
I gotta watch House of the Dragon.
Well, you have fun with that. I watched the first 2 episodes. It's pretty okay so far.
Pretty okay.
It sure is connected to Game of Thrones, which I couldn't be paid to
is.
care less about.
I like Game of Thrones.
I do too.
You guys are Sonic fans. Shut up.
Nothing. Oh, okay. You know what? Never mind.
I just said I like Game of Thrones. I just said. You know what the thing is though? Like I went and I found all those VHSs for Godzilla yesterday. Just like I'm trying to clean. Like when I say clean, I mean I'm just trying to clear out my garage.
Where are you fucking going with this?
Look, I'm getting there. All right, I'm just comparing it to Sonic fans, right? Because I really just wanted to weird out Pup when he gets here because I thought this is just going to be really funny for me.
How is this related to Game of Thrones?
I'll get back to Game of Thrones, right? There's there's dragons, there's Godzilla. It's the same thing, but
fair.
I don't know, man. I got I remember I put up my shelf that you so wonderfully responded to with the turtle face, Gilly. I was like, look, I unironically just like this fucking movie. I know it's bad. I don't give a fuck. I just like this dude. This is just an important part of my childhood. It's like Sonic fans like, Nick, why? And that was my response too. It's just like, you're a Sonic fan. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Who cares? Jesus Christ.
Everybody seems to be liking House of the Dragon.
I like it fine. I think it's good. I think it's going places.
I'm happy for them. I've never seen an episode of Game of Thrones, and I couldn't care any less.
I didn't care about it, and then I was exposed to it, and then I got invested. So
that's how it goes sometimes. It's something that I don't doubt I would probably enjoy if I gave the time to it, but I don't. I just don't. There's too much other shit that I got to get done.
Why do people scoff about not caring about a thing without ever investing in it? That's such a weird flex. I don't care. I don't watch it.
Honestly, that's kind of. I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of how I am. That's kind of how I am about Star Wars.
I am too. 100% in.
You are about Star Wars.
I am very proud about the fact that I don't give a fuck about Star Wars.
I've seen every Star Wars movie. I know enough about it. I've seen a bit of Clone Wars. I've read some comics here and there. I'm fair weather-ish fan. The moment the movie conversations start happening, I just dip out. Wayne and Pup can tell you that. I could not fucking care about another Last Jedi conversation.
I like Star Wars, but I'm so exhausted of Star Wars because Star Wars fans fucking the worst, man. It's so bad.
You're Star Wars fans?
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's some major ones. It does suck because I remember when
that is the Super Saiyan God version of the Sonic fan base.
I do remember when the first sequel movie was coming out. And there was no Star Wars for a long time, so people were like, "Oh hell yeah, I love Star Wars!" I watched this guy on YouTube called I think he goes by G-Man Dude Lives or something like that. He's an FPS.
Oh yeah. I watch him.
Yeah. He's super good, very funny, very Australian. You see his first I think it's what was that Star Wars game called that was multiplayer only? I fucking forgot what it was called. Shit, hold on. Yeah, yeah. The Battlefront, yes.
The newer Battlefront. The
newer Battlefront. He was reviewing the first. He was reviewing the first new Battlefront, and he starts off the video. He starts off the video with he starts off the video going man, I love Star Wars. I'm glad this thing is back. And then by the time he gets around to reviewing the second Battlefront, the new one, he's like, I'm so fucking sick of Star Wars. And I'm like, shit, this is very depressing. It's
dude.
really funny.
Yeah. That's kind of how it went. It's like there's still some stuff in the franchise I'm excited for, dude. When the Fallen Order sequel comes, I am all over that shit.
Fallen Order was
but
really great. So
only as long as it kind of. I was frustrated with like Mandalorian. I really enjoyed season 1, and then season 2 came out, and it was just like, here's all these ways we can connect it to the larger universe. And I'm like, no, I liked you because you didn't care about any of that stuff. I don't want to connect to any of this.
I hate how all of Star Wars just connects back to like the Skywalker soap opera.
I'm tired
Green
of people
Hill's
acting
looking
like
a lot more like Tatooine.
Tatooine.
Tatooine they just can't get the fuck rid of that garbage desert town.
It's
know
like
what
they
I will
keep
say?
going back to it, and I'm tired of Star Wars as a franchise and Star Wars fans acting like Luke Skywalker was ever a deep character.
Dude, circle back to Game of Thrones, by the way. If you watch Game of Thrones, the South Park episode is much funnier.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Absolutely. I mean, that's just South Park in general for you, though.
The Garden of Betrayal.
Yeah. He's going to betray you. Still like 3 other kids already.
Oh man.
Shut up. You shut up. Fucking love South Park. Dude, I want to do a video just covering all the South Park games.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do. I fucking love South Park.
Dude, I used to love the game everyone hates, the FPS.
Dude,
On the
that was
N64?
nobody
that
would
N64
shut up
game?
about that game. When that game was coming out, like everybody was excited for that game coming out. Everybody. You're gonna find defenders just because they were so excited to play. It's such a piece of shit, and to this day, it's still just. I still have that excitement for the idea of a South Park FPS, like I did when I was a kid, and I still want to love it, even though I've played it and it plays like trash. Every time I put that in my N64 or my PS1, I'm like, I really want to love you.
Mama,
told
me I was cute.
Yeah.
Did so like do people still think GoldenEye holds up?
That game sucks.
No, I think
Thank you.
it just depends on.
Thank you.
You think GoldenEye owns something? That shit's trash.
It's
garbage.
garbage. It's
People
straight
are always
fucking hot
coming into my
garbage.
store asking
It
about
really-
GoldenEye, and they're like, "Man, this is peak gaming. This is the best thing ever. I need to drop money on this right now." And I'm like, "All right, man, have fun."
Here's the thing. Here's why. Here's how you know it doesn't fucking hold up. Because it doesn't hold up. And if you play something like the original Doom or Quake, those games hold up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They are still good.
I'm
They're
still
very good.
impressed. I'm still impressed with what GoldenEye did, but like I'm going
I
to
can.
where I kind of push back where people are like, whenever we have conversations about Sonic 1 not being good, Gilly, or Mario 64 not holding up or anything, like I'll push back a little bit harder on those because I feel like those are still
But they didn't.
a fun
but they,
time.
they
GoldenEye
pioneered
though.
GoldenEye didn't pioneer anything. GoldenEye just took an existing genre and
They
stuck
made
it on
it
a console, and they made it.
they made it functional. Yeah.
That's yes.
It's
but
I mean yeah, as soon as Halo came out, it's like not
You-
even
but
Halo, Alien Resurrection.
no, but Halo literally
Halo popularized it.
Halo, but Halo GoldenEye. I want to say GoldenEye walked so Halo could run, but GoldenEye crawled so that Halo could walk.
I still think you can see like there was a genuine effort to make it work on that machine, and I think that's why it did as well as it did. Because
Yeah, but it
partially
wasn't
that
a matter of.
I'm not disagreeing with you, Gilly. Like the game is hard to fucking play these days.
Yeah, I
really
like
is.
I respect GoldenEye, but that's
respect
different
it.
from me
The reason that
enjoying it.
The reason
Yeah.
that it bothers me, and this is like coming from somebody who is like, I like Halo. I'm a Halo fan, but like,
Yeah.
games like GoldenEye were the reason that I hated first-person shooters for like 15 or 20 years.
I get you. I really do. Because like I still remember as a kid playing it, right? And I was like, I don't get it. How the fuck? That said, though, and they're mentioning it right here, like they're talking about Perfect Dark again, like N64 controller. There's only so much you can
Perfect
do.
Dark
Yeah.
is,
But then
Perfect
they
Dark
get-
is
They get to time splitters, and like you can tell, like the people that made GoldenEye knew how to make good video games, right? So like when they had the opportunity to use another fucking thumbstick,
Yeah,
then yeah, like I still think I'm
they
gonna
took
lie.
advantage of that. Yeah,
I still-
absolutely.
I think Time Splitters is a much better game, and I miss it. It's a really good.
I think if you're ever gonna play if you're ever gonna play Perfect Dark, I think the XBLA version is still up for grabs, and that uses dual stick controls and
Rare
actually makes
replay,
it fun.
baby. Rare replay. Like you want to
Is
play
it on
those
Rare
old games?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you want
Because I knew
play
Perfect
those
Dark
games?
Zero was.
Yeah. Like they keep trying to fight for GoldenEye to come back, and like I will say that if we do get it on the Switch or in a on the Xbox or anything like that, if they do get those licenses sorted out, which after TMNT Collection, I think anything's possible. I think it might be even be a better game if they can figure out, you know, the right thumbstick.
It is. It is.
I played
tricky.
the Xbox, the one that leaked.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Better than
it does. It does seem better. It seems on par with like the Perfect Dark kind of like remaster that they did,
Yeah.
and
And-
I'm down for that.
I'm gonna have to
I
correct
will-
Y2 commenter real quick. Sorry, Medal of Honor introduced dual analog on console. I'm gonna have to double check that because I remember going back to Medal of Honor and finding that for my Vita game. I still fucking love the original Medal of Honor. I'm pretty sure Alien Resurrection still did it before Medal of Honor. I guess it just depends on what
Yes.
game came out first, but I think
The-
Resurrection came out first.
the problem with these games for me, even the ones that I like, is like they took a genre that I liked and they kind of dumbed it down
Oh yeah,
and made it less fun to make it work on consoles.
Yeah.
And nowadays the technology updated, so you can play a game like yeah, sure, like Doom Eternal's on console or whatever, and it's built for those controls, but it is a fast-paced game that like does work better when you have an option like now we have gyro. Gyro wasn't a thing. Gyro
Yeah.
works. You can make an old school FPS that really should only work on PC and have it work on console perfectly if you have gyro.
yeah.
But
That's
like
true.
that,
And
As well as UI adjustments, like the weapon wheel. I think that's
Yeah.
brilliant. Shit like that.
yeah.
I love Doom 2016, Doom Eternal so much. such a good. Like, hopefully, whatever they do with that brand, they just keep pushing it further because like
but
they're
this
doing
is
fucking
like
phenomenal.
if you go back and if you've never played Quake before, like the first Quake, if you play that now, yeah, the graphics are like dated. There's a charm to the fact that they're
I
dated
fucking
looking.
love those old graphics, dude.
But
Oh
but
yeah,
like that, like, but in terms of like playability, it doesn't really feel like and even if in its design, it doesn't really feel like
It doesn't feel old.
It doesn't feel like an old game.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
No,
if
it really
you play
doesn't.
GoldenEye now, you're like, oh, this
But that
is
feels
rough.
ancient. It's like
Yeah.
you're trudging through molasses. Like
yeah,
most of the time.
yeah. Again, like you can tell, like they're trying to make it work there, and I know what you're saying there. Like again, I'm going to hold more respect for the likes of Sonic 1 or Mario 64 because they were doing something actually different as opposed to kind of jury rigging something that was already working perfectly fine onto a thing where it shouldn't work. Like that's where my respect begins and ends with GoldenEye. That said, I did go on to AliExpress while they were doing a sale a couple of weeks ago, and I did order a physical copy of Rick Roll 64. So I'm excited. I'm very excited
Are you kidding me?
to do that.
This is
And
gonna be your
Y2
next
commenter
stream.
says Medal of Honor predates Resurrection. I'll double check for myself. But if
Did you
that's
ever
the
see the-
case, I'm very excited
Wait,
to know that because I fucking love Medal of Honor.
You ever see the Doom mod that where everything is Tim Allen?
Yeah, I have.
Now Terry Chaos is arguing. I'm just gonna look it up right now. Alien Resurrection. Because like that game came out like way after the movie. Like after anybody cared about that piece of shit movie. Resurrection game. Because I thought Medal of Honor was a 98 game. I could be wrong. Alright, so Alien Resurrection came out in the year 2000. Was it really that late? Oh my god.
That's true. Holy shit.
Okay, let's see here. October 2000 in North America, according to Wikipedia. Medal of Honor, that had to be before that. I'm pretty sure. Medal because I mean I know it's a later PS1 game, but like
Not that late.
not that late.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, 99. Beats it out. Interesting.
Damn. Interesting.
I know.
But yeah, sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm now very curious about who did the dual analog stuff first.
Ape Escape.
Yeah.
God damn.
And there is a conversation between like who did it first and which had the most impact. You know, because I feel like if Halo didn't come out, then eventually dual analog would have been the norm, but I don't think it would have been as quick.
I'm gonna go ahead and check Alien Trilogy because that came out much before any of them. I mean, that's a Saturn game, and if that did dual stick, I mean, like when did the dual stick even come out? Like that had to be. Let's see, Lost World. It's a 97 game.
Was there a dual stick controller for the Saturn?
No. Well, Alien Trilogy came out for PS1 and Saturn.
Oh, okay.
No, that wouldn't make sense either, though, because Alien Trilogy was a 96 game. And I'm pretty sure dual analog was like 97. I'm very curious. I'm going to look it up first. Dual. I'm trying to do this because I have to hold I'm trying to hold my microphone because my arm doesn't work. My my mic arm doesn't work.
Oh, your mic arm. Your regular arm works. It's not your mic arm.
Guys, I'll be right back.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Alien Resurrection was the first to have it as a default control. Okay, that's nice, but because I know in Medal of Honor you had to go into the thing.
You did menu dive to get to it.
I mean, back to GoldenEye. GoldenEye can use both sticks on 2 controllers.
Yep.
Dude, that is
Yep.
dude, that is
Derek talked about that on one of his.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Uncle
Yeah.
Derek.
Oh my god, dude, I need to actually say hi to him in Portland this year because like man, like he makes the videos I want to make, dude. I love that crazy weird shit. I love that boy's brain. That's so good.
He's super cool. Yeah, that is I remember it. Aren't the controls like inverted though?
I know what DualShock is. Pinion, dual analogs. I'm not talking about the trademark. For fuck's sake, god damn it. People are talking about Rainbow Six. I don't know about that, but man,
This should be like its own separate video. I think it's just like the true origin.
this is
of
a
dual
this is a
analog.
very Stop Skeletons kind of a topic. If he
Oh,
hasn't
absolutely.
done it already.
We gotta get Derek out here sometime.
Oh, for
Bro, if
100%.
y'all have Derek on here, that would be fucking incredible. I've watched that dude since he was HVGN all the way back in like 2009.
Same here, dude. Same here.
Yeah,
Love
dude.
that boy.
Dude's incredible. He recently made a compilation of all of his old shit too. I need to just sit down and watch that sometime.
Weird. So have I. You guys should go watch them.
Yeah.
Um.
In fact, he was the one that, like, whenever I was shopping for NES games, he inspired me to get Metal Storm whenever it was still cheap, and now it's like super expensive. So, thank you, Uncle Derek. Appreciate it.
All right. While Gilly's doing whatever he needs to get doing, let me catch up on our super chats real quick. Mr. Krabs, I was interrupted while I was reading this the first time. I'm sorry for this, Gilly, but Elden Ring soy. I don't know if that's a reference to something. Pigman gave us $1.69. That was nice. Xavier
Nice.
Fortin, $2.79. Happy Venus Day, Gilly. That's just a part of our lore now. Bee penis. OzJam H for $2 compared to the chows and wisps. Thoughts on Cocos?
You mean Sonic Koroks?
Oh, the Korok. I like them. They're
They're
cute.
cute.
They're
They
cute.
remind me of Koroks.
I will like them the least out of all of them because if there's no gameplay functionality to them comparatively to like the wisps or the chows, then
Oh.
they're just kind of
Fair.
set dressing, right? They're just there to
Yeah,
sell
there's
you plushes and toys and stuff.
I already
there's-
like them more than Wisps. There's not even a contest.
In terms of design, I'm not going to argue with you at all, Wayne.
In terms
Oh,
of
I
design,
even
yeah.
mean in terms of however they're incorporated into the gameplay, because wisps are just fucking annoying. Nothing else.
Have you played Colors DS? Because they're
Yes,
they're
that's
kind of
actually
fun.
the one I grew up with. I played Colors DS before I ever played it on the Wii, and I didn't like it.
Oh yeah, that's
All
right. 'Cause
Okay, Wayne's a
wasn't your
certified
first
hater.
exposure?
Yeah.
Was it?
Fuck
Wasn't
the
your-
wisps.
Wasn't your first exposure to Colors Wii with Ultimate kind of?
Yeah.
Like you.
The
Yeah.
only good thing that ever came out of the wisp is Whisper the Wolf.
Yeah.
I don't
Everything
care
else
about
is
them
dog
enough
shit.
to. I don't care about them enough to get into a defense for them. I thought they were passable in DS. I don't give a fuck
They're
either way.
passable. I feel like if they only existed for 1 or 2 games, then I would have been fine with them. But
Dude, my gas is passable. That doesn't make it good.
They have
What?
potential. I hate their designs in general, though. They are very boring designs, and they've not
They
been
are.
implemented in a very engaging way, as far as I'm concerned. They were just elemental shields with eyeballs in Colors DS, and I'd much
Yep.
prefer the elemental shields. Let's keep going then. Mr. Terry Chaos. Anyone been playing Spark the Electro Jester 3? I did play a little bit of it on stream because the dude making the game was nice enough to hand out some codes. It makes me want to actually sit down and master those controls and actually go back and play the other games there. Because like the cutscene stuff and the dialogue, or not even dialogue, but like the text screens for background information was nightmarishly long and tedious. So I'm gonna start from the beginning, and I'm probably gonna do like a trilogy video at some point for those 3 games. But I like what I saw so far. Ain't perfect, but sure is something I could fall in love with.
yeah, I've played 2 Spark the Electric Jester 2 and a little bit of 3, and I like them. You know, like it, they control pretty well once you get used to it, and it's very impressive considering it was mostly made by one dude.
Mm-hmm.
So much respect to that man. He's doing fantastic work, and yeah, I like what I've played so far. I'm not too big on the story aspects of those 3 games. It just hasn't grabbed me. But in terms of gameplay and music, especially, it's solid. It's really solid.
Yep. Pigman with $10. I remember when everyone saw the boom design as the next step. Yeah, I do. I don't miss those days. On another note, am I the only one who thinks Sage looks like she belongs in a Splatoon game? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not the only one.
I don't think she looks like she belongs in a Splatoon game at all. She looks like a chibi fucking, was it B2? What the fuck are the names of the Nier Automata fuckers?
2B.
Yeah, 2B.
Yeah.
B2. You're close enough to switch them around.
Oh,
Yeah. Sage is like, and this is kind of something I've touched on just personally, where it's like, even though I am liking what I see at Frontiers, a lot of the art style choices are very anonymous,
Mhm.
where it's like especially with like the monster designs in Sage, it's like, unless you told me they were part of Sonic's canon, I would not have guessed it.
Yeah.
You know, so that's like a big kind of like a little bit of like a thorn that I have with Frontiers, but other than that, like, I don't mind Sage's design. You know,
I'm gonna be honest. I love the robots.
I know I love the robots.
Yeah, I think they look so cool, and I kind of like how alien they are.
Yeah.
Because I think that's supposed to be part of the point, but it's still like believable enough to me. I don't think it's like in a series where we got like those generic robots from say Sonic 06, like aesthetically. I know that's not like the go-to game for integrating, new
Right.
aesthetics into the Sonic universe, but it's like I find these things more believable as part of that universe than those.
I think it's like a step
Yeah.
above Sonic 06, but like my first reaction to seeing a lot of the design for Frontiers was 06, and I wasn't impressed back then. And I'm not super impressed now. There's an event going on in Marvel Comics called Judgment Day currently, with not the Inhumans, what the fuck are they called? The Eternals versus the X-Men versus the Avengers. And they have robots coming in that look almost exactly like the ones in Frontiers. And I feel like they're
I
that
leave
interchangeable.
you guys for a couple minutes, and as soon as I'm gone, you're like, "Oh no, we gotta talk about Sonic."
Yeah, it's a Sonic show, Gilly, for fuck's sake.
This should come with the territory, like what we're talking about. But
We are keeping things loosey goosey. We're talking about other stuff, but yeah, Sonic is still gonna invade our horrible brain space. I don't hate any of the designs, but like I won't be collecting any little figures of them. I promise you that.
I want a little figure of those little robots. I think they're just geometrically cool.
yeah,
I mean, he just looks like he's fighting just modern art installations in front of giant businesses.
oh, he's. Hold on, I gotta make sure this joke lands. Give me a second.
Okay.
Bring it in for a safe landing there, Trey.
All right, no problem. Hold on,
Tray
what the
table's
fuck
up.
are- Hold on, dude. Give me a second. You
Seatbelt
can't rush
signs are
for a
on.
second.
Keep your phones in airplane mode.
Oh yeah, no. The fucking I don't know why this was hard to remember. I haven't been sleeping well, so bear with me. But no, it seems like Sonic is just fighting consistently like the fighting Polygon team from Super Smash Bros. 64.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
It does kind of look like that.
It does
It
kind of
does.
look like they would actually drop them in subspace emissary.
Fighting Polygon team.
I'm into it, and if only because I like when Sonic is kind of going against things that don't directly look immediately like his art style. Because
Fair.
when I think of something that just so faithfully sticks to the Sonic art style, I think of like 7% of the character model forces, and I hate those. So
yeah, well, like the Force's enemy designs were just like literal spheres. With
I mean
goggles on them.
like the generic ass civilian designs and everything too, or like your avatars and stuff like that. It sure is on model for what Sonic characters look like, but man, do I not like looking at it.
And for Dave, real quick, I did not mean the Celestials. The Celestials look like proper ass fucking Kirby designs. They look like not the game Kirby, Jack Kirby. Celestials look like Celestials. They look like old school cosmic Marvel. The robots and shit I'm talking about, and just go read Judgment Day if you want to see them for yourself. You will see them and you'll be like, that shit's Sonic Frontiers. Yeah. Fuck it. I don't know.
Fighting Polygon.
Polygon team. Let me get us back to these real quick just so we can get caught up here, so we're not doing a bunch of super chats at the end of the show. Nezend, $5. I believe there's work put into level design to accommodate the slider options since we have action and high speed modes, including upgrades to Sonic. That was another thing I was thinking about too. In terms of like the upgrade tree or anything like that. It kind of feels weird that you have a bunch of optional sliders for physics on top of upgradable skills. So
Yeah.
like
That is strange.
because usually I would expect them to like upgrade how fast you can go, how high you can jump, but I suppose like they can just put it into more combat related things or your boost meter and shit like that. So
Yeah.
um,
We'll have to wait and see. As long as it's executed properly, which is kind of a crapshoot, but as long as it's executed properly, then I'm game. But
yeah. And just on the sliders still, Phoenix also pitched in a little bit here. Thank you. The sliders in theory are only good letting people make the game more comfortable for them, but that doesn't matter if the base game design isn't good. Yeah. And that's where I'm starting to kind of take a step back in terms of what I expect from the game, want from the game or anything. Like I'll be more critical on the pop-up that we saw on the IGN thing, or just the general art direction, or just like general experience, because we like the Sonic team is a long-standing developer and we've seen them try the boost style gameplay in a while, so we have something to work off of here. But ultimately I'm more excited than I'm not for this game, but I think it'll be a good enough game. I think even at their worst these last 10 years, they've been okay games.
they've been passable.
Yeah.
I don't I don't remember the last time I was this like outside of maybe Mania. I was this actively excited about a Sonic game releasing.
That's good.
Maybe Unleashed.
Yeah, no, same. Like, well, Mania, I think I was even more excited for because I was like, no, I know this is gonna be good. Like that was the whole thing with like Mania. Is from the get go. I was like, yeah, no, this is gonna be fucking insane.
Generations
like,
is the last time I was like, bro, I'm not as excited for Frontiers as I was for Generations.
Yeah, that's true.
But
yeah. Generations was also.
I really missed the vote on that one.
It's been generations since I've been excited for a Sonic.
I'm an optimist, but I'm also a realist.
I'm an optimist, but I'm also suicidal. But Mike 1911 with a buck 99. Nick, Sonic Spinball is canon. Thoughts? I still haven't heard if that's officially canon or not. And if it is, that means a good chunk of the Freedom Fighters are. And if they are, I'll take it. I'll take anything at this point. I'm happy with that. That also means that Sonic got a weird ass haircut for a game, which I'm fine with.
Yeah, you just got the mohawk for the one game, and then grew it back out for every other game.
I think that would be a nice way to actually incorporate that into the main game canon, because you have Mount Mobius, right? So like you at least have something named Mobius there, and he at least had some interaction with these characters that are near and dear to a good chunk of a fan base who spent literal decades with them until Sega said, no, they don't actually matter. So I think that's good.
It keeps throwing me off. There's a I'm playing through Xenoblade 3, and without giving away spoilers for anything, there was a creature. I'm not sure how to describe this. There is a being known as Mobius in the game, and I am waiting so hard for there to be some kind of line drop close to Mobius Unleashed.
Amazing.
If I find it, I'm screen capping that shit.
Please.
That's so fucking good.
It's like, man, that line was so sick. Can I look up the Mobius Unleashed scene?
It's in Xenoblade 3 since I've heard that reference.
Oh my
god. Oh damn. But okay, sadly, I do have to get going a little bit earlier than I thought.
Okay.
But I am so sorry.
Do we got you for a couple minutes? You got to get going, man.
Maybe for like 5 more minutes, but
Okay.
around like 11:20 my time, I do gotta get ready and like because I am meeting at lunch with someone, and I thought they were gonna.
No worries,
You
dude.
know,
No worries. No
yeah.
worries. We
But
are in the
anyways.
same time zone. Isn't that wild?
It is crazy. I don't have to like adjust anymore. It's just like we're
Yeah.
just here.
Yeah.
We're just vibing. I love it.
All right.
And Nick will still get confused.
Yep. Mr. Krabs, $4.99. Also, Sega, for God's sake, give us a dinosaur island, please, with a lot of interaction with each dino, as well as add the tropical ancient jungle too. Yeah, go play Star Fox Adventures.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
There you go.
Oh no.
There you go.
Like
Dream come true.
legitimately, if they can pull off the open zone stuff, I hope the next game gets a little bit more fun. Because, like I keep saying, regardless of how many people want to bag on colors or secret rings or anything else, I will do that myself. Even I really love the journal aesthetic, and I would like to explore worlds like that.
Yeah.
That would be
there
a
was
lot
a
of fun.
dinosaur like, world in Secret Rings.
hell
and,
yeah. Hell yeah! Like
Yeah.
that's the kind of shit I want to openly explore with Sonic-styled gameplay. Mr. Krabs is explaining here, Nick, the Elden Ring soy thing was basically one of my friends who couldn't stop playing the game made a running gang when Elden Ring is mentioned. Cool. Phoenix, what games are you guys looking forward to the most? I actually wanted to get to this point when we kind of, spurt all of our Sonic spooge all over the table here. I want to know what you guys are
It's
excited
ectoplasm.
for. Yeah. Spooky
Yeah.
ghost. Oh, spooky
Did you
ghost.
say ectoplasm or
It's-
edgoplasm?
Ectoplasm.
Ectoplasm.
It wasn't me. It was a spooky ghost.
That was like the one funny joke in that whole fucking episode. I'm not a big fan of that episode. Trey, since you got to get going here in like 2 minutes, what are you looking forward to anything outside of Frontiers?
Most of the stuff that I was excited for this year have already kind of came out.
Yeah.
Like Klonoa, played the
Right.
shit out of that. That was super fun. I still need to get the Pac-Man World remake because I was interested in that, but it
Mhm.
still seems to have a lot of old school like kind of faultings, but I can get over that. That's fine.
It's as one for one as a remake as you're gonna find here. I mean, they have
Yeah.
some stuff for the most part, but like
It tweaked a couple boss battles, but
yeah.
Yeah. Splatoon 3 is coming out. I'm actually pretty excited about
It
that.
sure is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have to be excited about that now.
I mean,
Gilly
since
piece of shit.
Gilly keeps just convincing me to buy shit, so I might have to go buy that too, so I can play with you boys.
It's like I played the that kind of like world demo thing that they had for like a day or something, and it's Splatoon. It's pretty fucking fun. So I'm like, yeah, I'm sold. So I'm getting that. Of course, Frontiers. Other than that, I can't really think of anything. I mean, I'm gonna get God of War eventually, right? But like, that's not really something I'm like really clamoring for at the moment, personally.
That's fair.
It like Sony exclusive games, like I'm interested in them, but I only really remember them whenever that I see them for like $20. It's
yeah,
like,
and like it literally only takes a year for them to drop to $20 usually too.
yeah.
Real quick
Yeah.
before we jump to that question to Gilly and Wayne here, since you got to get going, Trey. Real quick, OzGMH asked Mr. Gray Stone Bulls, while we haven't heard much, what do you think of the music direction Frontiers is doing?
I think so far I like what I'm hearing. I can see some people's complaints of like it sounding kind of generic, but personally, like I like the composition, and thankfully it seems to be more orchestral and rock based, which I am a fan of. So I am down for that. They are being very secretive about the music. Like a lot of the gameplay footage that we've seen has
And
like
the
no
story,
music
too.
and just sound effects.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are you guys doing? I did catch some wind that like some of the cyberspace levels were going to have some kind of vocal type themes that are reminiscent of like what Forces was trying to do. Hopefully it's just better, please. Like, I don't really care if it's vocal or not vocal. Just please make it better than what Forces was trying to do, because that was agony to like.
I wonder if I can give myself a lobotomy with my PS5 controller.
If Cirrus was here, this is where he would just kind of matter of factly be like, I like the vocal tracks from Sonic Forces.
I here's the thing. Like, I like the vocal tracks when they're not singing.
That was like me and Pup talking about like Amazing Spider-Man 1 costume, and he's like, oh, but when it's like Doc and everything, it looks so much better. And I'm like, yeah, I like the costume too when you can't fucking see it.
That's just straight up a Clerks quote. Like, this job would be great for all customers.
But I guess to tie it into a bow, in my opinion, so far I like what I hear. It's definitely not giving me Forces vibes in the sense of like things are kind of like haphazardly put together, because I feel like with Forces, especially in the mixing department, everything was just kind of really either overcompressed or not finished to a degree, and you definitely hear that with Fist Bump in particular. Which brings me to this point. I'm very curious to hear the main theme. I think it is going to be corny, but hopefully it's the good kind of corny. That's all I ask.
I do unironically love Nate Wants to Battle. I love his covers he even made fucking Fist Bump tolerable.
Fair enough. We'll see if it actually is him, because I don't know if that's been confirmed.
No, we don't know for sure one way or another. But Troy, Troy, we've been keeping you enough. No, I'm calling you Troy because I'm looking at OzJam here, who says Troy boy. You wrong. Eat gamer juice. But Trey, thank you so much for hanging out with us today, man. We'll let you get going so you can get going to lunch here, man. And you'll see me in pub next week, bud.
I know, dude. That's actually insane. I gotta make sure I look presentable. That way, you don't actually think I'm ugly. So
I'm not going to date you, so I don't give a shit. So you do you.
Dude. Okay, well, yeah, you're just saying that because we're on camera. But no, you're fine.
I swear to God.
But anyways, I love all of you. You've all been incredible. I'll talk to y'all later, and I hope you have a good rest of the show and good rest of the day.
Thanks, Trey. We'll see you later.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
All right, you two.
All right, now that fucker's out.
Terrible band.
I prefer his early work.
So, Gilly, I know you're excited for Splatoon 3. Is there anything else coming down that you're hyped for?
Nick,
Yeah.
Nick.
Yep.
Nick.
Yep.
We know.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah, I do.
Monkey Island's Monkey Game is coming out.
Monkey
Monkey game.
Monkey game. Oh man. What about you, Wayne?
Damn. Well, I am excited about God of War. Shoot, what's coming out this year? I think I got to kind of echo the sentiment where a lot of the biggest things I was looking forward to, out. Actually, when I had to step away for a second, it was
Wayne,
because
Wayne,
yeah.
you gotta
Wayne.
sort out your robot voice, man.
Yeah, we had no idea anything you just said.
Oh no, I don't know what's happening. I'm wondering if it's like a internet connection issue.
I'm not your internet provider. I don't fucking know, man.
I'm not providing you internet.
I don't know. Does it still sound bad?
I mean, you're fine right now.
What the fuck? Well, yeah, okay. But
Nobody said
I
Gotham
gotta-
Knights, Terry, because it looks like shit.
Gotham Knights looks like someone got into a boardroom and they were like, "Hey, so we had those hit games, the Batman Arkham titles. So what if that was multiplayer and bad?"
It just looks so boring. Like all the art direction that made those games so fucking cool is just
It
gone.
looks like fucking the Marvel Avengers game, but
It
with
looks-
Batman characters.
They look like they're just trying to offset some more Fortnite skins into this game.
Yeah, I think the game like looks. It's a bar under uninteresting. It looks like shit to me. I'm not buying.
I don't think
that.
it looks bad. I just think it looks like it's trying to hit as many of the demographics as possible, and it just kind of.
Yeah.
And it's got as much
But-
neon as a fucking Joel Schumacher Batman film. So
But yeah, like when I had to step away for a minute earlier, it was actually because my copy of the Made in Abyss game just got here.
oh, did it really?
Um,
Mine's coming in today.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
damn.
So, dude, it's got the notebook is gorgeous. It's got this like huge cloth poster that comes with it. I don't know if I'm actually gonna. I'm caught between it. I'm just like I kind of want to set it up. I'm not sure if I'm going to yet. I don't
Set it
know if I
up,
want to
you
separate
bitch.
that
Let's
from the-
compare. You got the PS4 version, right?
I did get the PS4 version. Yeah.
Okay, I'm playing that tonight. When my wife gets home, because we both fucking love Made in Abyss. So
It's so good,
God
dude.
damn, oh, it's so fucking good. Yeah, so like we'll be playing that tonight for sure, and I'm kind of curious to know if the Switch version is per usual
Yeah.
garbage compared to the PS4 version.
In terms of like releases this year, though, I'm just like I'm stressing because it's like I'm trying so hard to get this stupid video out that I've been working on since like last year, and then Xenoblade 3 just came out, and I'm picking away at that as much as I can. And
Yeah.
Digimon Survive just came out, and Splatoon 3 is about to come out, and Made in Abyss just came out. There's too many games, man.
It's fall time, man. That's how it goes. Yeah. Thinking about it too, like what everyone else has said, like literally today is going to be outside of Frontiers. I think that's going to be the last of the games I've been kind of hyped about for this year specifically, unless some of those like really cool obscure games that were shown off on Devolver Digital's thing are dropping this year. But otherwise, like Lies of P,
Oh shit, yeah.
like all that shit, like that's not till next year. So
Lies.
Yeah.
P.
Lies of P.
It's a dumb name, but I am super for that.
I'm really hyped for that. Yeah. But otherwise, like, yeah, I got to finish Pac-Man World, repack, and then finish up my playthroughs of the other two systems so I can get a video out. I'm looking at the Cowabunga collection right now. I've been super impressed with that, but that is literally a bunch of old games. Most of the stuff I bought this year have just been re-releases of old shit that I'm already a fan of and I know are safe bets, which is a shame. But yeah, Made in Abyss, I've been looking forward to that. I don't really know what it's about completely. I really hope they don't fuck it up because like that show's premise makes for a really, really cool video game. So hopefully they don't fuck it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what else would be coming out this year. I think everyone's kind of made, steered cleared. So like Call of Duty and God of War and all their all those fuckers can do their thing this year.
Yeah. Oh shit! I just remembered there's a Pokemon game coming out this year.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
I might not do it this time. I might be done. I might actually be done. I'm not sure. We'll see. I mean, the only thing
enough.
the only thing I'm not even kidding, is like the only thing about that game that looks even remotely interesting to me is actual multiplayer. That's the only thing about that game that I give a shit about. Otherwise, it's like, yeah, it's a Pokemon game. I've played this game like 20 fucking times. I'm playing it since I was a kid on Game Boy Color. The games haven't changed. It's the same game every goddamn year. It's the Call of Duty of
no, it
like
isn't.
monster catching games.
No, it isn't. It's worse.
I own Hey You Pikachu. Not Hey You Pikachu. That was the old N64 game. Actually, no, technically I do own that though. No, I got Let's Go. Well, we got the Eevee edition. I got Pokemon Sword. I've got new Pokemon Snap. I have Arceus. I have not given more than like a few hours to any one of those games.
It's Arceus.
Arceus sounds way better. Haven't both of those haven't they it's like it's worse than Hydro City Hydrosity. Haven't in
I mean,
the
no,
anime
it's it is Arceus. Like they literally, I think they try to draw a line in the sand with Pokemon Legends because you literally get an item called the Arc Phone.
Oh, fair. Didn't the anime use both of those terms at different points though?
I don't know, but the anime is also like, you don't know what happens when they fucking dub it.
No. Fair.
We're years later, we're still saying Saiyans.
What's it supposed to be?
Saiyans.
That's fucking stupid.
Well, because it's Saya.
When is
what?
Hey, when's Scorn supposed to come out?
Arceus sounds cooler. Which one's Scorn?
Scorn is that like H.R. Geiger like horror game where everything's this gross like biotechnology sort of thing. It's coming out on PS5 and I think the Series X. It looks disturbing. And is that coming out this year?
I don't know. I love using the Arse phone. Oh, that's good. Hatsworth says Wayne gets it. It's what I've been saying about Pokemans for years. I need them to do something different to get my attention. Well,
and to be fair, it's like Legends Arceus and Scarlet and Violet are like, they're trying. I just think, I don't know if it's enough. I think man, I haven't loved a Pokemon game since I played like Black and White. I think that was the last one that I just got super into, and all the rest of it has just been
is fucking wild though, isn't it? Like Legends just came out was at the end of last year? Earlier this year?
Yeah.
It wasn't that long ago.
Oh, okay. Scorn comes out this year. Yeah. That one comes out in October. I might have to get that. That looks cool as hell.
I'm going to look this up. Scorn. I keep saying it, but these Green Hill keys, really fucking hard to type sometimes. Like I mean, you do have your memory, right? But like if you get like one letter wrong, it just throws your whole game off.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where anything is. It says that Atomic Heart is still coming out this year. I don't know if that's true. I think we would have a little bit more information about what's going on with that game. Because if Atomic Heart was coming out this year, I would, I'd definitely be picking that up.
Atomic Fart.
I would play that even faster than Atomic Heart. Callisto Protocol, as much as they've shown about that game, that must be coming out this year. That's one of those games I'm not gonna probably pick up day one, but like more Dead Space sounds like a fun time.
I'm super into it, although I gotta say, when they were showing it off at Gamescom, and then they showed off that like sliding segment that's been in every adventure game since Tomb Raider 2013, I was disappointed.
Yeah.
I was just like, I'm so tired of these stupid sliding sections, and man, this one is lasting a while.
It's weird. Like I was saying, like, while we were watching it, is me, Puppin, and Gilly watching it. It's weird how often that shows up. Like you guys were talking about Fallen Order earlier. There was a lot of sliding in that game for some fucking reason.
Yeah, I didn't like it there either.
Is Evil West, is that first person? I don't remember. Or is that behind the shoulder? Oh, it is behind the shoulder. If that's coming out this year, yeah, Evil West, Atomic Heart. So I'm trying to look up Scorn still. That does look pretty cool, I gotta admit. There's been some recent just like throwback boomer shooter games that I've been really wanting to check out. And actually, since Gilly's here, is there anything I've been missing recently that I should be taking a look at?
Not really. A lot of stuff is like games that are being worked on that aren't done. Like Gloomwood is one that's being worked on. A lot of it's usually under the New Blood umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, there's a bunch. If you haven't played any of the New Blood stuff, that's like what you should be playing. Like Ultra Kill's a big one. Ultra Kill's fucking good.
Yeah,
Good
I need to
fucking
check
game.
I watched Caddy's. I put it on the background while I was cleaning yesterday. Just Caddy, just kind of going through like the whole process he goes through, just to get his videos up. And something that just hit me in the heart that kind of made me sad. It's like, hey, about like 5% of this entire process is actually playing a video game. And I was like, yeah, you're not wrong, man. Rarely find time for the games.
It's funny because he was talking about how he takes notes and everything. I was like, oh, have I been doing this wrong?
Me too.
I mean, everybody,
me too. Everyone does it differently.
Everybody does it differently. I don't do anything like Caddy does.
I mean, like I took some notes away from that. Like, I really need to take better notes because I think some of my funniest videos are when I've like actually sat down and like had a notebook next to me. Should be like, I got a joke here, because every time I'm editing something and a video is finalized, I'm like, fuck, I forgot this little dumb joke for this one little bit here. That said, though, when he talks about his actual filming process, I'm like, this sounds like pure fucking chaos, man. This sounds like so much work. Like, just the things he does just for some of his gags, like, I gotta respect him for it.
Yeah. I know, like, Anthony looks at my scripts and he's like, this is chaos.
Yeah.
But it's like not that much different. It's pretty much exactly what Caddy does, only my scripts aren't organized like color coded like his are.
Mm-hmm.
But I also don't like indent paragraphs or anything. I just write.
I just kind of
write.
Yeah.
I write it like it's almost like it's an essay. So I do indent like paragraphs and everything, but I do use a larger font size so it's easier for me to read. I do highlight stuff, but not nearly to the degree that Caddy does. I have two highlight. No, wait, I do have three highlight. Wait, shit. Okay, never mind. I do that too, just not as heavily as he does. But it's like I'll highlight something for this is going to be shot in live action, or this is something that I need to have like a specific clip behind, or the rest when it's like not highlighted, that is just straight voiceover.
I usually don't even figure out, like, unless there's like specific jokes, I don't even figure out what I'm going to be using for the footage until I'm actually editing, and I'm kind of scraping through. That's the longest part of the process for me, and I really need to get that figured out. Like while I'm recording, just like stop when something happens, maybe, you know, like just do that more often. Actually label the clips and then upload it there, because usually I'm just spending most of my time just like sifting through gameplay footage, trying to see something that might fit with whatever I'm talking about. But as far as the script's concerned, I get like at this point I just do like a single draft, and like if it looks a bit too messy, I'll try and throw a paragraph around here or there, or I'll literally even edit the audio sometimes. Or like I throw up the original audio up for Patreon. Once I get like all the swallows and whatever the fuck else out of the audio bit. So sometimes it's exactly the same as it is going to be on the video. Other times, like the colors specifically, I'm thinking of Sonic colors specifically, like if you go into Patreon and you go listen to that old audio file, a lot of stuff's out of order. A lot of stuff's just removed completely than what's on there. Like, it's just such a patchwork situation from start to finish for fucking videos. Like, even when I'm reading a script, sometimes I'm like, why did I write this like this? I don't know what. Fuck it. I'll just say something else or remove it entirely. And then I won't even bother fixing it in the script. Like, I'll remember to Say it differently if I have to do a re-record.
I think one of the tougher things I got to keep reminding myself to do now, and it's something that's like I got to do a specific proofread just so I can get these in there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like splitting up it's splitting up what I'm doing in the script like every so often so that I can add in an ad break, because like I started doing in my videos where I'll fade out. It's usually with a live action segment, and I'll say something that kind of like leads into whatever the next major point is going to be, and then I let it fade so that an ad break can go in there, and then it can pick back up. And I'm trying to find like the most natural pace for those, and it can be a little tough.
I'm trying to do better with that. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's just like, well, automatically place it where it lands, it lands. But yeah, I definitely feel that there. Real quick here though, I noticed we have a couple more super chats. I did miss one from Xavier. It says now that Gilly's here, Venus. Mike 1911, use the manned JTV wording Arcus. Zagard Lagan, $5. Hey everyone, just wanted to stop by and say hi. I started welding school this week, so I'll be popping in from time to time. Well, hope you have a good time with welding school. That's pretty neat. Gentlemen, we just hit the 2-hour mark here. Is there anything else you want to kind of just chill and talk about, or are we about ready to kind of wrap things up?
Yeah, so far Tuesday looks neat.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Well, I'm going to be excited to hear what Cirrus and Pup have to say about the footage. I know Pup's already put some videos out there, so if you have not checked that out yet for yourselves, be sure you're supporting Mr. Pup on there. OzJam we got 2 more. Thank you guys for the super chats here. OzJam, as someone who wants to try to attempt making videos, what is the best advice that you heard that makes the process flow easier? Just fucking get started.
Yeah, dude, there's no right answer. Like it's not or turn back. But there really isn't like a right way to do it. It's you have to experiment, try new things as you're doing this. You have to make multiple videos, and you're going to constantly be learning. There's never going to be a point where you just have it all figured out. You're going to find it more comfortable with one thing or the other. You're going to find.
You're starting a robot again, bud.
I can't help it. I don't know what. Nothing's different that's causing it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Just it's going to be hard to hear your advice when you sound like a busted robot.
God damn it. Thought I was doing good there.
Yeah, OzJam, like honestly, like we always get that question, dude. Like everybody gets that question all the time. Just fucking start it, man. Like write something down, figure out what you're comfortable with, and just get going. Just start. Just fucking start. You will learn as you go. I promise you. Like there's no solution. Dude, all of us are gonna give you different answers. And well, that's a sad thing. Like Gil, you pointed that out too at TMG. Like when it's all YouTubers just hanging out, we still just can't help but just talk about nothing but YouTube.
Yeah.
Like while we're all together.
Just get together and talk about work.
Yep. That's work parties too. Like any fucking work party I've ever been to. Like, oh, we're not going to talk about work. Yeah, we were just talking about work. That's all we do. Mr. Krabs, $4.99. Anyway, I'm going to choke out Klonoa after BS he pulls Vision 5-1. What bullshit did he pull in Vision 5-1?
Choke out Klonoa?
Yeah. Klonoa's a sweet boy. He's a sweet boy through that whole adventure. Well. Anyway. Guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap up the show here. Let us know what you thought about a more calm, relaxed, and free-flowing format here. We'll have Cirrus and Pup back next week to add to the chaos. Thanks again to Trey, who is now dead to us. Gilly, are you working on anything currently?
Yeah, I've been working on it for like a month now.
Do you want to talk about it?
It's the Mega Man video. I think I mentioned it before.
You have, yeah.
Super fighting robot?
Yeah, that'd be the one.
Goodness gracious. Wayne, you're working on a big project too.
I am. Final couple of pages of the script as well, and yeah, I think this video is going to be somewhere between an hour and 10 minutes and an hour and a half. It's going to be somewhere in that ballpark, and it's biggest project I've ever worked on. I've felt really bad about how long it's been since my last major upload. But I'm feeling a lot better now that I know when I do come back, which should be in the next 2 weeks, is kind of what I'm aiming for. It's gonna be one of the biggest things I've ever produced, and I am so excited to throw this out there because I honestly think it's one of the best analysis I've ever done on a video, and I'm excited to share it.
No, looking forward to that. I don't know if I'll have a video done before Sonic Revolution. I'm really trying to do every version of Pac-Man World, and I'm definitely going to be putting something together for the TMNT collection, and I'll throw a Sonic thing your way, guys, very soon. But yeah, you're getting more videos in September than you did in August, so just keep an eye out. In the meantime, though, I did just release another big compilation, Volume 3 of Sonic Speed Reading for IDW, so I got a nice big chunky playlist if you want to just put something on. There's not going to be any ad reads or any Patreon shoutouts until the very, very end of that, so it's like 4 hours of just straight up Sonic Speed Reading for you guys. But yeah,
we do have another one for Mr. Krabs. So it's $4.99.
Yeah.
Those dang Dreamstone, I got 145 out of 150 in that Vision 5-1. And then we have Tom Topics kind of commenting on the laid back format of the show this week.
Unnatural without a barrage of misogyny spouting from the dog's mouth, but it will be fine in time.
Amazing. Fantastic. Yeah, there's just a lot less chaos when Pup's not in the room. It's just weird.
Yeah.
That's fine. But yeah, boys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. And thank you to everybody who's been watching the stream today. And be sure you share your thoughts on what you see for Sonic Frontiers or anything Sonic related, or let us know what you want us to talk about that might not be Sonic related, because I think we're going to mix in a little bit more of that going forward just so we don't burn ourselves out and we have a little bit more fun on here. But yeah, until next time,